Hi everyone, welcome back to the Divine Feminine Energy channel. Today, I'm looking into Pisces, Sun, Venus, and Rising when it comes to some aesthetic, style, beauty, observations, and tips. Oh, this microphone. Yep. Okay. So, yes, we're going to start by taking a little bit of a deeper look into why it's important to consider our sun, our Venus, and our rising sign Pisces. So, your sun is your identity, it's your core, it's what you show into the world in a way of like, this is where I feel confident, and it's what people often see about you as well. So that definitely influences parts of like appearance and style as well. Your Venus is your beauty, your aesthetic, what you find pleasing to the eye. So obviously, that's going to have a major impact on your style choices, but it's also what makes us beautiful. It also represents how we are pleasing to the eye, how we bring beauty into the world. So, those things I would definitely consider, as well as your rising sign, because your rising sign is your physicality, it's your body, it's your physical avatar, it's what we have chosen, the form we've chosen to incarnate into this world. um so yeah, the physical body obviously is going to tell you things about the way that you look, and it's also going to tell you a little bit more about your rising sign. For a lot of us, it's how we like to come across as well. Sometimes a bit of the form that we take on into the world, okay? Mm. So we might see that, but something interesting I've noticed with observing these styles and different zodiacs with this, oh sorry, I thought I saw someone I knew, is that some people may, for example, like to dress more according to their sun, and others like to dress more according to their Venus or their rising, and some people even to their moon, because their moon, their internal world, like how they feel, is way more important to them in regards to how they dress. Aspects, you might have aspects to your ascendant from your Mars or Neptune, so maybe you bring on these elements into your looks as well. So there is more to consider, but for the sake of this video, we're doing Sun, Venus, and rising signs, okay? So Pisces, to start off, you can look at your element, and your element is water, and a watery feel to a style is often one where the styles that you may wear are a little bit more like drapey, soft, elegant. Maybe you don't like things to sit too like constrictive on your body, because water is about comfort in a sense as well. So I think water signs often do very well with lighter colors like whites, light blues, silver, um, yeah, like light colors. They often make me think of water sign energy, and especially Pisces. You're so intuitive, you're very watery and soft, and a little bit of showing that through your aesthetic can really beautifully complement your energy. So again, I also see like the long skirts for Pisces that are like drapey, or how do you say that, ruffled. I think Pisces look very great with that. I think it represents that flowiness of the energy of water. Like light corsets, like light blues. I see a little bit of that because it's like watery, but I also feel like something I've noticed for Pisces is that Pisces are super creative, arguably to me the most creative in the zodiac sign. um so they might, because they have such a strong imagination, they may take on things in their fantasy, in their interest. You have a bit of a fantastical flair to your being. So maybe you take on something that you're very interested in, or a vision that you have, and you really want to maybe play on that in your aesthetics. Like, um, a very good example, like I've seen it with Olivia Rodrigo. She's a Pisces sun, and she plays very well on her styles with kind of giving the schoolgirl outfit and going a little bit trendy with all types of visions that she may have for herself for her album. She brings a bit of quirkiness in that as well. I think Pisces go well with quirky outfits because it's almost like your imagination, your um also ruled by the planet Neptune. So Neptune is also this otherworldly, creative, intuitive planet where you might just get a lot of visions, right? Pisces, you're so intuitive. You might get visions of like what you want to look like or what you want to be like. And I would almost see like cosplay, um yeah, like cosplay and stuff. It also reminds me of Pisces energy because they're so good at imagining themselves as whatever they want themselves to be, that, for example, they could find a pleasure in dressing up as something else and outliving a little bit of that fantasy. I also see, like, with Bad Bunny, he's a funny example as well because I think he has Aquarius and Pisces mostly in his chart. And that's such a funny mix, right? Because Pisces, again, it's like he's super creative. So he goes to his sometimes very feminine styles, like pink and God knows what else, but super creative, super coordinated very well. And then with the Aquarius, that makes you extra bold, like will push these standards. And Pisces with that big imagination. It's incredibly cool to see Pisces energies like really embody their creativity, their imagination in their styles. Another thing you see with Piscean energy is that they're, like I said, they're ruled by Neptune, but they're also ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter deals a lot with our beliefs. And Pisceans often they have a strong belief in spirituality, or some Pisceans may have more like a cultural or religious thing, but they often have some sort of belief that they feel strongly about, or some sort of strong interest, and they're not afraid to take that into their appearance. So if you see Janae Aiko, she has like multiple Pisces placements. She often wears kind of these ancestral pieces for her, or she wears like the crystals because she's quite open about being spiritual and not afraid to show that. So yeah, I've seen a lot of Pisces energy being like super out there with their spirituality or their beliefs, which is cool because yeah, you're one of the zodiac signs that rule that. So do it. And then for the colors, I said a little bit about lighter colors, but another color or accent two colors that I think is very Piscean is glitter, shimmer. It reminds me almost of the fish itself. It's, what is that called in English? I don't know what that's called. The scales or something? Doesn't matter. It reminds me of that. They look very good in shimmery um, clothes. I will link some examples there as well, like whether it's in purples or blues. It just looks very great, or like light satin. Um, so yeah, that's something I've seen, and it's funny because I've noticed a little bit of two sides to Piscean aesthetics. if you look at the Justin Bieber, Kurt Cobain, Piscean energy, um, there's also sometimes a side because you guys are very spiritual, and sometimes you may even disconnect a little bit from trends, fashion, your whole human form. So sometimes I feel like Piscean energy wants to just be comfortable. Sometimes they don't want to be perceived. They don't even want to give into too much fashion. They want to be comfortable and be okay with being a little bit like having a little bit of the lazy, or I'm not working too hard to achieve something here type of energy, because it's just for them, maybe it's important how they feel. Like it's such a driving force. It's not always, sometimes I've seen with Piscean energy that how they look is a little, not for everyone, the most significant thing. Um, but because they're so creative, some of them really like to play with that. But I've seen it also in my personal observations from like, this was a Pisces moon that I know. And even though she has like Taurus and Libra rising, this is a person that she doesn't care too much. She's quite, and I always admire that about her. She's always like within her feelings. It's like, yeah, you know, life is ever changing. We're ever changing. I acknowledge the multiple sides about myself and the looks. And I always really respected that at from her because I'm a Libra rising. Um Cancer sun, but I care too much. That's always been a downfall for me. Like I care a little bit too much, and I have to learn to just be sometimes like that. So sometimes the Pisceans give a little bit of a lost wanderer, like throw my hair up, disconnect from the world, disconnect from trends, disconnect from everything, and just be for a while energy. And I respect it. I think it's their ability, that Neptunian ability to see that they're not just, they're more than human. They're connected in other things, even if they don't look a certain way. And I like that as well. So yeah, you guys might also have a preference for like pajamas or sweaters or sweatpants, because again, it gives that softness. It gives that, like, I can just be long skirts where you can, walk around, flow around freely, as well. And lastly, I think I've noticed as well that some Pisceans like to play on their, again, I keep feeling that's quite Jupiterian as well, that they like to play on maybe going very girly or very, even a little bit childlike. Like I said, maybe going towards an anime style all of a sudden. Like they may like to play on those creative extremes. And Jupiter also reminds me of like that youthful energy that they just can get away with those types of styles very well. So when it comes to your body and your appearance, there's no going around it that Pisces are beautiful. Pisces, you have this ethereal, often like softness to your features. We have Emma Watson. She has a Pisces Venus, probably known to be one of the most naturally beautiful people there are. We have Kourtney Kardashian, which is interesting. I didn't know she had like a rising and a Venus, but she is funny because at one point she was brought up in this whole household that cared so much about looks, right? And at one point you see her in her interviews like going in her Piscean energy is like, I don't really care anymore. I'm just here to live life. And she goes a little bit of a different route where, yeah, she seemed to be a little less caring about it than the other sisters are. She's just like, I just want to be, and more okay with no makeup, more okay with that. And I thought that might be her Piscean coming through again. Medicine Bear, also known as one of the most beautiful people, at least on social media. Um, just beautiful. Like Pisceans just have a beauty to them, very ethereal, soft, gorgeous looking, dream girl, dream boy type of energy to them. They just do. They're often very blessed with their looks, like Olivia Rodrigo, Camila Cabello. Um, all influences of something beautiful, a bit mermaid looks as well. So yeah, Piscean, you're also ruled by the feet. So maybe you like to wear an accent on your shoes. Maybe you like to, accentuate those, or like ankle bracelets to embody that even a little bit more. So, yeah, I think that's what I have for you guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you guys want to see more of my tarot readings. I'm doing them on Patreon now. So, you guys can have a subscription or a one time purchase for your tarot readings. And I have some exciting things I'm going to be sharing here on YouTube as well in the upcoming months. So, stay tuned. And I love you guys so much. Bye.